Guys, I just love Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, Mckenziescott, because every time there's a group that gets treated fairly, gets treated bad, Mckenzie just pulls some Amazon shares and she's like, here you people go, take up. Like, that woman has gotten quite a few $1 billion from her divorce settlement from Jeff Bezos. And all she does with the money is donate it. She hasn't taken anything from that divorce settlement. And if you look at how she donates, you know she's telling a story. Her marriage was never about the money. And you can tell that she's still pissed, in a sense, right? Because as you guys know, in case you guys don't know, it was alleged that Jeff Bezos was cheating on her with Lauren Sanchez. Jeff Bezos has denied the allegation, consistently saying that he never cheated on his wife and all of that jazz, but I think we've seen enough at this point to know what is what. But what I like about Mckenziescott is that after her divorce was finalized and she got her money, like, this woman she has donated over 20 or $25 billion at this point. So when the divorce settlement was finalized, she seems as though she sat down and said to herself, who has my ex-husband been treating unfairly? The black community that works tirelessly for him, okay? Let's find some black colleges. Let's find some inner city programs. Let me donate here. Let me donate there. And every time Donald Trump does something that affects a college, it's Howard University's and she's like, okay, so Donald Trump is going to pull Howard University $100 million, and who else Donald Trump may affect? And she's like, okay, Lemon College, here's $50 million in gift. Oh, Howard University, I'm going to give you guys $80 million because I know you guys have a strong alumni and your alumni association is going to come through with another $100 million on top of this. And she's like, Texas A&M University, Kingsville, here goes $38 million. Like, she gives the biggest, baddest, best, listen, you see, I think Wendy taught Mckenziescott how to divorce and divorce well, because Wendy would normally encourage women that whenever you're with a man, if he cheats on you, leave the marriage, get a nice divorce settlement, and you strategically give it away to charity. And that's what this woman has been doing. She has donated billions to the LGBTQIA community, billions. She has donated to the black community, billions. I'm wondering, how is it that she hasn't donated to Hurricane Melissa yet? Maybe she's not aware that Jamaica got hit with Hurricane Melissa. And because Jeff Bezos has a lot of offshore accounts here, Amazon, and let me tell you, I can tell you, they are the worst for anyone to work on. Those Amazon accounts in Jamaica, they are the worst to work on. I don't know if it is the local company who doesn't properly compensate the staff, but it's literally the worst that anyone can work on. Honestly, worst. The treatments, they have the most abusive customers. The customers are extremely abusive. The compensation is not worth the abuse. It's just horrible. It's just crap. And I wouldn't even want my dog working on those. Not even my dog. And I seriously mean that. It's horrible. So she's donated to the tribal and community college, Muskogee Nation and Fort Peck Community College. They received multi-million-dollar gifts, each marking record-breaking support. Every time Jeff Bezos makes a move that pisses her off, she just goes ahead and that's in my estimation, because I've been tracking her. I have been tracking her. I might not have done any videos on her, but I've been tracking her, and every time Jeff Bezos is in the media for some kind of what I think she may be looking at as nonsense, she does something like, oh, you're still out here chasing after money, you and that stupid woman. Let me see how I can seems as though she just keeps slapping him in the face like, you mother, you cheated, you know. I'm never about your money. That woman is about your money, not me. Because do you guys remember a few months back, it was in June to be specific, when we heard that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, after their wedding, we heard that Jeff Bezos wanted to buy Vogue as a wedding gift to Lauren Sanchez. And we were like, no, that's a lie. And then we heard that Anna Wintour stepped down. Honey, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. It's not a lie, honey. It's not. We all thought it was a lie and that would never happen. And, you know, and at one point I said, maybe Vogue needs the investment. Anna Wintour did step down because of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, allegedly. And there's some arguments that Vogue, like, there's an alleged huge falling out going on at Vogue at this moment because of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. I kid you guys, absolutely not. There's even a little report about it. I'm going to find the article and we're going to go through it, because when I tell you I kid you not, I kid you absolutely not. So, Miss Mckenziescott, she's my favorite girl. Like, she has been just donating. So, between the tribal and community colleges, she has the Native Americans and the underdeserved students. They're getting between $8 to $17 million each. JED Foundation, which is youth emotional health. So those are the focus areas, youth emotional health. So for JED Foundation, the focus area is youth emotional health, $40 million. Texas A&M Kingsville, student and faculty support, $38 million. Howard University, diversity, equity, and conclusion. This woman keeps going behind Jeff, and she's like, you know, everything that Jeff and his people are against, she doubles down behind them and she reinforces them like a solid heck of a high-end forged wall. Cannot be forged. Like, she gives so much money to these institutions that have been impacted by Trump and his administration, and because Jeff Bezos, you know, Jeff Bezos is not like, Jeff Bezos is 1 foot in, 1 foot out with Trump. You guys know that he was at the inauguration, but then he had a foot out with Trump because of the, what they call it again, it has to do with shipping. What's that terminology? Someone leave a comment below. So because of that, Jeff Bezos had 1 foot in, 1 foot out with Trump, and that had to do with the shipping fees, right? So what McKenzie does is, like, every time Trump affects a college or threatens a college, she sits there. Seems as though this woman has someone tracking these people and their activities. So every time Trump does something to affect a college, a school, a specified group, teachers and stuff, McKenzie just doubled down, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to build you some solid layers. You're going to be so untouchable after this. And that is like, this woman, you know how they say not all heroes wear cape? McKenzie is a hero. Like, she's out here with Jeff's money, just like, I'm going to spend it all on the people you despise the most. And she keeps whipping his ass behind him. You can definitely tell that she was a genuine person to this man. You can tell that she feels betrayed. She feels stabbed in the back. You can read her emotions through her actions. She has always been a philanthropist, but her biggest philanthropy work has been since it's as though the woman is saying, okay, because she got a significant shares in Amazon, and you guys know that Amazon is worth billions of dollars. And every time there's a major move, every time Jeff Bezos does something, and every time Donald Trump does something, you can tell if Mckenziescott is in approval or disapproval, because she comes swinging. And I mean, when I tell you she comes swinging, she comes double swinging. So, Lemon College, $50 million. Focus area, student success in Bronx. What is Bronx known for? The black communities that Trump is taking away all the opportunities from. Howard University, $80 million. Remember that Trump had threatened. So, as I was saying, with Howard University, you guys know because the students at Howard University, they had demonstrated against, some of the students. They came out and they did pieces and they rallied their efforts around, Palestine, and the Israelis who are in charge of America were like, okay, take away those students' degree and deport them back to their country. So a lot of the students lost their degrees. They were deported and all of that. And when I heard that a few months ago and Candace Owens was talking about it, I said to myself, I'm looking for Mckenziescott to come with something. But that woman, honey, in Jamaica, they would say, we don't drink our porridge when it's hot. We drink it when it's cold. Like, she doesn't act when it's hot and trending. She waits for it to settle, cool down, calm down, and then she comes swinging, double swinging. So she's giving $80 million to Howard University. The $80 million is diversity, equity, and inclusion, the very same areas that Trump is fighting against, I just love it. I just love to see this woman at work. Like, I'm obsessed with how she thinks. I'm obsessed with how she does it. Her gifting style is the largest and most unrestricted gift to the institutions and the communities. And it has shaped modern philanthropy. Like, her donation for 2025 alone, is about $20 to $25 billion. I kid you absolutely not. I kid you absolutely not. This woman is just amazing. Jeff does give a lot of money, significantly a lot, but Mckenziescott just comes and just takes it out of the park. I mean, she targets schools, nonprofits, serving low income and first generation and racially diverse communities. So she, exactly as I said to you guys, she looks for everything that Jeff Bezos and his friends despise, and she's like, that's going to be my focus area. That's going to be my target group. But I'm wondering, you know what? She's not ready for Jamaica as yet. That's not how Mckenziescott works. She's not ready for Jamaica as yet. She's coming because if Amazon donated to the fire department, right? So Amazon has a department that donated to our fire department following Hurricane Melissa. And normally, Mackenzie doesn't walk behind Jeff. She doesn't walk behind anything Jeff does immediately. She walks behind Jeff like a year or so. And when she walks behind him after a year or so, she does it in such an amazing, humongous way that it automatically deletes and erases everything of his presence that was there. So when I tell you that when this woman comes, she does like a double whammy. So I'm looking out for Mckenziescott to donate to Jamaica, and I'm looking for her to do at least $100 million US. I'm looking for her to do at least $100 million US to Jamaica. She's gonna come behind Jeff and she's gonna come double swinging, but I just love her. I'm just so obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her mind. You can tell that she has a beautiful, amazing mind and how she thinks and how she acts, You know how they say God's timing? She acts on God's timing. She's like, okay, since it's old McKenzie, whenever she gets pissed off or annoyed by Jeff and Sanchez, she's like, let me see. I think I want to withdraw some of my shares. Oh, Susie, let's say her assistant or secretary. Oh, Susie, I need to draw some shares. Withdraw me about $10 billion worth of shares. And when she gets a $10 billion worth of shares, everything into charity. She doesn't take $1 from it. She doesn't take all of her divorce money, charity. That's all she's doing with it. Charity, 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 charity. And when she acts like that, you know she's telling you her marriage was never about the money. It was about love. Mackenzie's actions just tells you the story of her marriage. It tells you that she feels cheated. You can tell that she feels betrayed. You can tell that she was never about the money. You can tell that she was there for him. And then for all of her charity stories, it just tells it all. And it tells you that she just despises that man so much. The last time Amazon laid off some people, the people were laid off. They didn't get any money. They didn't get anything. And McKenzie was like, oh yeah, he really did that. Okay. She did a few $1 billion for those people. She literally turned every single one of them into a millionaire. She literally did that. Turned each and every single one of them into a millionaire. She gave them house. She gave them cars. She gave them like an amazing health insurance for life. She gave them a ridiculous amount of stuff. It was just ridiculous. I've never seen donate, and coming from me, you guys know, like I've never seen donations being so ridiculous. She literally walked all over that man with those donations. The company laid off the people, and it was a significant portion. It was like about 75 or 80 people, and Mckenzie spent a few billions. She was like, oh, and they lost their healthcare benefits and everything during the layoff. I think it was sometime around the pandemic or something, somewhere there. And she was like, oh, and then there were a few of them who kids, had to stop going to college, and Mckenzie was like, not on my watch. Oh no, honey. She paid everyone college tuition. She upgraded a few of them to, higher education status. She gave them cars. She gave them home. She gave them health insurance, life insurance, this, that, like, she was just like, here, take it all. Oh, my husband again? Okay, I'll fix it. She was just fixing people's lives. So, Mckenzie, if you see this, remember me. No, seriously, Mckenzie works like that. Mckenzie works like that. Jeff just needs to make a bad move, and Mckenzie just walks behind Jeff and she comes swinging. And when I tell you she comes swinging, she comes swinging. And if you guys think I'm kidding, just check. Just do a random Google search on Mckenzie, charity work since her divorce versus Jeff Bezos charity work since his divorce. And you guys will see what I'm talking about. Look for who and who she's been helping and who she's been, and you guys will definitely realize there's a pattern. That man despises that woman and that man to their core. She, like, everything about their existence nauseates her, and you can tell she just walks over them with the money. Like, everything that Jeff Bezos and his circle tries to cripple, she brings it back to life. And that's what she's been doing. Oh, you and Donald Trump just did that to those people, those poor people over there. Okay. She goes into the black community because you guys remember it was the other day. Wasn't it a couple weeks ago that some people got laid off at Amazon, and one girl did a video on TikTok, and she said when she looked around, everyone that got laid off was black. And Mckenzie was like, oh, that's what he's doing? Okay. It was about 25 of them. And between the 25 of them, Mckenzie gave about $3 billion in donation to 25 people. That's what I tell you guys Mckenzie has been doing. She has been turning people into multi-millionaires. And she has been very strategic about it. Extremely strategic. She just doesn't give a small portion to fix a little thing. She wants to know, okay, so that department needs $20 million. Okay. Because you guys do know that Trump took away that $100 million supplement from Howard University. But there were a few of their people from their alumni that came in and gave something like 300 million. You guys can look it up. I know Mackenzie's adding 80 to that. So, Harvard is good. They're good. They don't need Trump money anymore. They don't need it. And Candace did actually say that this was going to happen. So here we are. So Mackenzie has just been saving lives every day. She has been breathing life into people. She has been making people wealthy. The woman makes people filthy rich. Jeff did something. Donald Trump does something. Oh, don't worry. Mackenzie, she's coming. Just give it some time. So, you know what? Let me check and see if she donated anything to Jamaica, because let me check. I would have heard about it. Should have done something big. She would have done something big. She would have done something so big. And she's going to. Mark my word. She's going to. She's going to. Because when she hears about those like measly little donation from Amazon to Jamaica, she's gonna be like, what the heck is that? You know? So yeah, here it is. So when I tell you Mackenzie is crazy when it comes to her work, she's literally crazy. So let me shift here a bit so I can give you guys the numbers. Because when I tell you that I'm not exaggerating, I'm not. Like, this woman gets me excited every time I see a report with Mckenziescott and her philanthropy. I'm like, oh my God, Mackenzie's doing it again. Oh my God, what is she doing this time? You know? All right. So first of all, they're saying that she has never done any donations to the Caribbean. However, there might be diaspora-linked organization that has received funds indirectly from her. Mackenzie doesn't do anything indirectly. She's intentional, she's deliberate, and I might have found something. Let's see. Every time I see her name, I kid you not, I get excited, I get rallied up, I get round up. I'm like, heck, Mackenzie's up to it again. So far, for this year, Mackenzie has donated $19 billion in donation. Mckenziescott $19 billion donations have turned philanthropy on its head, why her style of giving actually works. She has been doing this since her divorce. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So they're talking about her philanthropic style of giving is unrestricted gifts, a rarity in the industry. Because what she does is extremely rare. And I tell you, that's how she works. Because if you look, even she used to give before her divorce, don't get me wrong, you know, because she donated like to veterans and stuff. She would donate 20 million, 15 million, 5 million and all of that. But since the divorce, she has ramped up on the donation. So listen this, right? Since 2020, Scott has donated more than $20 billion, making her one of the most generous philanthropists alongside Bill Gates, Melinda French Gates, and Warren Buffett. And you guys know that Bill Gates is huge, right? But she has given $19.25 billion, but that doesn't even reflect this year's gift. And I was reading one other article that says she has given over $25 billion for this year already. So what she has to do, you can tell that she knows what she's doing and she has a group of people working with her. What she does is, many of these colleges and institutions, especially in the Black community, after she donates X million dollars to them, because you know that with some charity organization, it's capped. So let's say, for example, there's a school in Chicago and that school cannot receive more than $40 million in charity donations. What she does is to give, let's say she want to give $100 million, she'll give it as a gift. So It no longer comes under charity. It comes under gift. She's very smart. This is what I've been telling you guys. She's very, very smart with how she gives her money. She's so damn smart. She knows what she's doing. But, I've been telling you guys, the way in which she gives, it's very rare. And she walks behind that man and she just like, okay, what is he doing? Oh, this is nothing. This is nothing. And she's gonna do something major because now, well, the more money she gets, it seems as though the more money she gives is the more money she earns. They're saying, you know, she has given over $19 billion, and the more money she gives, the more her wealth grows. While Scott continues to offload her Amazon shares, everyone knows that's what she's doing. She doesn't want anything from her divorce. She's just offloading her shares. So they're saying while Scott continues to offload her Amazon shares, her wealth remains strong, valued at over $35 billion, despite having sold or donated approximately 58 million Amazon shares. Scott's financial standing has only grown. As of late 2025, she added nearly $1 billion to her net worth because it's Amazon shares, it keeps going. And then when they give, they get so many tax incentives, tax break here and there and that. But she's not giving her money because of that. She's not giving it because of tax break. She's giving it because she wants to say to the ex-husband and the current wife, I was never about your money. That batch Barbie is about your money, but not me. She wants none of his money. She wants absolutely none of it. She's going to keep giving it until she liquidates all of it. Now they're saying, according to a report by Fortune, Scott has been one of the most generous philanthropists in the world, donating a significant portion of her wealth, 36% compared to other billionaires such as Jeff Bezos, who has given away 1.6% of his $264 billion fortune. So I told you guys that she comes double swinging behind him. Everything that he does, she comes behind him and she does it ridiculously. So let's say, for example, Jeff Bezos gives a charity donation to an organization of $100,000. She'll give them $1 billion. That's what she does. She'll give them $1 billion or $3 billion. But she doesn't do it immediately. She walks behind him and she comes double swinging. So, hey, McKenzie, come double swinging Jamaica, please. Like $3 billion US, we would be good. That would really, really help our economy. $3 billion US. And remember the people that are here in the call center working for your ex-husband because they don't get treated fairly. So if you really want to get back at him, retire those agents. Retire all of them, because if you give them a couple 100,000 each US, it's going to be millions when it is changing Jamaican currency. So if you could retire those agents and myself in the process, thanks in advance. But guys, I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to, talk about this because I want to track her. I want to intentionally track her going forward. And you guys, she's fascinating. When you read about her, she's one impressive, fascinating. All she does is just give away money. She gives as though she's just whipping Jeff and she's just rubbing it in, letting him know and consistently reminding him, I was never about your money. And I love that for her. But that's it, guys. Shout out to you, Mackenzie. Shout out to you.